Greetings, Internet Traveler. Ando here. I'd like to talk to you briefly about some art, if I may. Specifically, the art form of designer fragrance. I got into designer fragrance this last year, in 2017, because I was looking for new art forms to get interested in, and it had never occurred to me that designer fragrance was trying to send me a message. And that's one of the ways I know I'm looking at art, is if a message is being sent to me. That happened with a fragrance company called Carolina Herrera. I smelled their men's fragrance, their CH Men. I ordered a sample of it offline, among some other samples. And when it came in the mail, I found it was the most beautiful smell I had ever experienced. And I'm an artist, and one of the features of my brain is I am obsessed with beauty. I am in it for the beauty. I'm in the salad for the dressing. You know? And I loved the idea of being followed around the world by an aura of beautiful fragrance. When I was religious, I used to have a closet that in my room, I had like an extra little closet. And I cleared it out and I used it for a prayer closet, because I was very serious about my religion. And I would burn incense in there like they do, in the Bible, like in the Old Testament and shit, because to bring, pleasure to my deity that I was worshiping. I don't worship deities anymore. I'm mostly an atheist nowadays. But I still desire to honor, my own consciousness with beauty, and cram it in more of my world. I had all these holes in my head. Things where I can taste beautiful food and see beautiful paintings and hear beautiful music, but like I've been ignoring my nose my whole life. It's not just for fucking smelling farts. You know what I mean? So I decided to get into men's fragrances and maybe develop my own eventually too. I can't afford to do that project yet, but I'm kind of working on developing what I'd like out of it. So I started ordering these offline and was overwhelmed by that fragrance by Carolina Herrera, the CH Men. Overwhelmed by the beauty of it. Turns out it was an early formulation, before 2011, I think, because the newer formulation doesn't smell quite the same. But I was so overwhelmed by that I started collecting fragrances. And one of the ones I collected is one I want to talk to you about today. We know it's art because in the title it tells you what the message is, which is, a good thing to do with, the name of something. Tell me what the fuck it is. This shit is called, see, can you see that? 212 Sexy Men. 212 Sexy Men. Is this a better way to see it? Yeah, oh, that's way better. See that? Oh, upside down even. Wow, from my dyslexic friends. This shit smells so nice. To me, it is a sexy smell. And it's because it's got amber, it's got sandalwood, and some of the base notes. It's also got a lot of vanilla. So it's got a sweetness to it, and a little bit of a spiciness happening. But overall, it's got this floral thing that comes off like it comes off powdery. It seems like a powdery note in the fragrance. And when I say powdery, I fucking mean like baby powder almost. Yeah, I mean that. Baby powder. And that gives it a very clean vibe, but it doesn't make me think of a baby's ass. I don't want people to think of a baby's ass when they smell me. I'm not trying to light up those neural connections, Yeah, amber and vanilla and powder are probably the top notes. And there's also a citrusy, orangey kind of thing happening in there. It's a sweet smell. And I'd recommend it mostly for fall, winter kind of time, because if it's a hot day, boy, you wouldn't want to be wearing this, or you wouldn't want to be wearing very much of it, because I think it would get kind of sticky sweet after a while. I don't think that's what you're looking for. So few men wear fragrance. Something like 20% of American men are wearing these things. And not even this. They're wearing shit from the grocery store. You know, they're wearing Axe body spray or what the fuck ever. And that's fine. Whatever. To each your own. Wherever you find the beauty, that's where you should go. But for me, there's such a huge quality difference in the smells. And I believe the average lady is going to tell that difference. They're gonna recognize that quality difference. This shit, every time I wear it, I get really, really positive results. I wear it kind of under my ears. I put like a spray here and maybe a spray there, and kind of like little half sprays almost, because I don't want to overpower anybody, and I don't want you to be able to smell me from more than an arm's length away. Certainly. Mostly it's for people when they hug me. I get hugged a lot. I love people. And when they smell me, their fucking face goes right there. So that's where my fragrance lives, right? And so after I hug somebody, a lot of times they'll pull back and say, "Oh my God, that's beautiful. You smell so good. What is that?" You know. So I'm starting to do these reviews just to kind of answer those questions. 212 men, 212 sexy men. They got a whole line, this 212 men shit. But this specific one is Sexy Men by Carolina Herrera, a Spanish company, I believe. I recommend it highly, man. If I were to give this a ranking, I'd go 4 out of 5 stars, or 4 out of 5 thumbs up, or 4 out of 5 fucking dicks or pies or whatever. 4 out of 5 ranking units, easily, for this fragrance. Bergamot, there's some pepper in there. Musk, there's a musk element happening here. Is a clean, sexy thing. Powdery, not too heavy, not too spicy, not too sweet. I think it's a great fragrance. I think I paid about $25 for this one. That's about what I'd recommend paying for it. I'm sure that you can buy one of the big ones for more, and you might be happy with that too. But at the rate that I use these, since I have a few now, you know, I'm kind of getting the small ones. There's another fragrance that came through my life this way, called Le Male by Jean-Paul Gaultier. And it gets compared to this one a lot, because both of those fragrances really feature a powdery element. But that Gaultier shit, way powderier. Powderier? Way more powdery. That does make me think of like a freshly changed baby that wants to go clubbing. That's what that makes me think of. And that's just not who I want to be, man. That's not who I want people to think of me as. That's not the experience I'm trying to drag around the world, you know? So I don't recommend that shit. But it does get compared to this a lot because this is a pretty powdery smell. And I guess that's a floral element, I guess. But to me it reads as powdery. But that's probably, if it didn't have that powdery note, I think it would be too sweet. So I really like the fragrance. 212 Sexy Men. Give it a try, man. And let me know what you think. You know, hit me up. If you'd like to see more reviews like this, you should hit us up on patreon.com /The Prairie Scholars. That's where I'm currently working from. And I'd love to have you over there because I'm doing shit like this all the time. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this information to be useful. If you didn't, I hope that you will forgive me for being weird and being into weird shit. But as an artist, Christ, it's sort of my job to be weird. And hell, I do my job. I'm a great American. See you next time.